Hey folks, Russell here at the shop again, as always. Today, kind of want to do a kind of a product review slash DIY how-to. I deal with a lot of late model cars that have polycarbonate or acrylic plastic headlight lenses, and of course, when exposed to UV light over extended periods of time, they yellow over, and you've got to polish them out to make them look new again. So in the past, I've just used different polishing compounds with varying results. I went out on a limb a couple days ago and I bought the 3M auto headlight restoration system, and so this is what I bought, and I'll put a link. I'm going to put a link to all the products I use here in the description. I've already done one of these lenses, and so I'll zoom in here in a second and show you before and an after, and then we'll film doing it. Part of the reason we have a problem with these is the plastic lenses actually have a plastic coating over the plastic lens, and what this allows you to do is actually completely sand off that plastic coating, because that's what yellows, and then bring it back to new. I use a combination of products. Not only have I used this 3M stuff, I'm also a big fan of the Novus plastic polishes, and I'll put a link in the description for it as well. I'm not endorsed by any one of these companies, but it is what it is. I'll zoom in here. Here you can see the yellowing in the lens. It's all hazy, and if you could feel it, it's really rough. It looks better in the camera than it does in life. Let's see if I can get a good view where you can see the haze. You can see this difference in the haze from the upper to the lower. So in this lower portion here, we still have some of the plastic film left on the lens. The upper is just completely burned away. The 3M product is actually going to allow me to completely sand that film away and polish the plastic. That is what the final product's going to look like here. It's nice and clear. So I'll set the camera up and we'll go through this process and show you how easy it is to do this. I was skeptical at first about using a grind wheel to grind on these, and as you can see, I masked off the area so I don't do any damage to any of the paintwork. This process doesn't take long to do. I think I did the other headlight in less than half an hour. So it's actually kind of a complete kit, and it comes with every grit that you need. We're going to start with a 500 grit, and then go to I don't know what this is, a 800, and then there's a 3000 polishing, and then use a fine polishing, and then I go over it after that with a separate polishing pad in the Novus, and I'll explain all that as I do it. So I'm going to get started with a 500 grit here, and trust me, if you're using this, the first time you use it, you're going to be like, what the hell did I do? Because it's going to look ugly. And I tell you, this is so much faster. I used to do this by hand with an 800 grit wet, and this is just so much faster. And I know this is a BMW, but it really doesn't matter if you're working an Audi, a Lexus, a Jeep, any vehicle that's got these Lexan or polycarbonate plastic headlights, it'll work on them. And I'll actually show you a product at the end that will prevent you from having to ever do this anyway. But we'll get there when we get there. All right, that looks pretty uniform. We've gotten all the plastic film off, and so what we've got on there now on the plastic is so the little oxidized film is gone, and so the actual polycarbonate, the Lexan, has 500 grit scratches in it. So now we're going to go to the 800 grit to get those scratches out. All right, so now we're done with the 800 grit. It's fully uniform, hazed over. So now we're going to come in with a 3000 and it's just a polishing pad. No compound or anything goes on this. But you do have to do it wet. So I'm going to grab the squirt bottle here. And at this point, it's pretty clear, but we're not done yet. So we're going to put the polishing pad on. And they even, the kit even comes with a rubbing compound. This is not as fine as I would like for doing headlights, which is why I'll follow it up with an actual plastic polish. But this will definitely do a good number as far as getting it pretty well handled. And honestly, if all you wanted to do was buy the 3M kit, this is the final product. It does look pretty good. But I'm kind of in the business of selling these cars, so I want it to look even better. And me personally anyway, I would want it to look better. So we're going to use Novus number 2, and I'll put a link in the description for the Novus plastic polish kits. I've used this, I use this on airplanes. Airplane windows are made out of Lexan. Use these on Jeep soft top windows by hand, not with one of these. But works great on these headlight lenses, and actually if they're not super oxidized like this one was where the plastic is disintegrated, you can usually just polish them out with this stuff. And the beauty of a plastic polish is that the abrasive in the polish is actually a plastic polymer. So as it works, it breaks down. So you cannot over polish with this stuff. It'll just stop being abrasive. That was silly. So that's the final product using the Novus number 2, which is called Novus Fine Scratch Remover. Works really well on Lexan polycarbonate plastics. Also works real well by hand on Jeep soft top windows or any other vehicle with a plastic soft top window. Mini Cooper, no, not Mini Coopers, MGBs. The new Ford Bronco, anything like that that's got plastic soft top. But we're not done yet. So that's number 2. They also make a number 3, which is more abrasive. And what I'll probably use in the future is the same process with the sandpapers, because that just takes a ton of time out. And then use the number 3 as the rubbing compound, and then follow it up with number 2. But they also make a number 1. It's called a plastic clean and shine. This is something I use on all of my cars that have plastic headlights. I also use this on my Jeep soft top. Anytime I wash the vehicle, I spritz some of this on the plastic, buff it in. It helps protect the plastic. This is how you keep them from getting bad to begin with. When you wash the vehicle, you just spritz a little bit of it on and hand buff it in. And what this will do over time is remove built up road grime and dirts and salts that your normal soaps don't take out, which helps keep the lens clean. And then it also provides a little bit of a protective layer for it. So I definitely recommend buying the Novus stuff. They sell it as a kit on Amazon. It's got all three of the stuff in it. I also can't say enough about that 3M polishing kit. That thing worked great. It buzzed it all off pretty quick. So I'm probably going to be ordering some more of that stuff in the future because we get a lot of these. Once again, if you like this content, go ahead and like, hit subscribe, hit that bell icon for future notifications, and as always, there's more to follow.